We're at Namco Bandai's Global Gamers Day, and we're joined by Doug from Little Orbit to talk about Young Justice Legacy. Doug, can you give us just an overview of what Young Justice is?
Absolutely. Young Justice Legacy is based off the television show Young Justice, which is the story of the teenage proteges of the regular Justice League superheroes. So they are making their way, learning how to become superheroes, controlling their powers, and also their teenage angst. So our game is on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii U, and 3DS. It comes out September 10th.
Okay. Iconic cast of characters. Who made the roster?
Yes, our roster, we have all the favorites: Superboy, Aqualad, Kid Flash, Artemis is in there, Wonder Girl, Batgirl. We have 12 playable characters that we've announced. We've had 4 that we haven't announced for a playable roster of 16.
That's awesome. And it's up to 3 players as well?
Correct. So it's squad-based, so you have 3 characters at a time. You can play single person and switch in between those 3 characters at any time. And also you can play co-op, up to 3 people, locally or online as well.
Obviously, a huge difference in power sets with all the characters. I mean, how do you balance that out? How does the gameplay work?
You know, choosing your roster, it's really a nice individual choice that gamers get, but I think you're right. There is a strategy behind it. So a good balance, every character is different as far as strength, health, speed, stealth. So a good balance of a team is really going to help you accomplish your mission. So you want to have somebody that's strong, say a Superboy, kind of do some of that heavy lifting, that combat, and it's nice to have somebody like Artemis that has some range to her to kind of stay back and kind of hit some enemies before you get into that full frontal assault.
Now, talking about the individual power sets, we saw from the gameplay demonstration there, you'll have, it seems like a set of 4 powers per character. And how does that work? Are they gradually unlocked? Are they there from the start? Can you sort of chop and change them?
Yeah, so as you start a mission, every superhero has their own individual superhero attacks in addition to their combat attacks. And so those superhero attacks are individual and they relate to that superhero, but there's a nice element as you're playing the game. You gain experience, and you can put experience points towards different elements and make them stronger, make them more efficient. And so there's a nice RPG element to the characters and to their associations as well.
What's the sort of game structure? Is this a level by level thing, stage by stage? How does it work?
Exactly. So there's 15 different levels, and each level has various stages within it. And the story is really integral to the game. So our game takes place in between seasons 1 and seasons 2 of the television show, and we worked very closely with Brandon and Greg, the creators and writers of the show. They wrote an original story for our game, so our game fits right in the middle. There's a 5-year gap in the show between those 2 seasons, so our story fits right in between that 5-year gap. So it's a really nice fan service. It's canon to the universe, and working with Greg and Brandon on creating a holistic transmedia experience is really a great experience for our game.
Well, given that obviously we're seeing the cast of characters from the show, in terms of enemies, is it again iconic enemies from the show, or are you introducing perhaps new faces?
Exactly. So because it's so based on the show, those show enemies are there as well. So familiar faces, Lex Luthor, Bane, the Riddler are there, as well as iconic characters from the show. So there's 12 different villains that you battle throughout the game as well.
And voice cast, can you talk about the voice cast at all?
Absolutely. So the voice cast, everybody from the show voiced the game as well. So that continuity there, fans will really appreciate hearing those same voices.
You got a particular favorite character going on there? I haven't actually seen you sit down and play it yet. I want to see what your skill set's like.
You know, the one I like the best is Kid Flash. He's got a really nice set of moves that I like, and I like his sense of humor. He's kind of a wiseacre, and I appreciate that. So he's my favorite.
Excellent. Listen, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.
No, thank you. I enjoyed it.